Bharat is a land of stories. We all grew up listening to stories, didn't we? One of the many potent mediums of storytelling is Indian classical dance. Our dance styles are not mere mediums of entertainment. They are potent audiovisual mediums that are designed to convey the ultimate truth through stories. Katha kahe so Kathak kehlave. Kathak is one such dance style which is globally acclaimed, globally famous. Today, I am delighted to have my dear friend, Kathak exponent, choreographer, teacher, and an entrepreneur, Ms Mayuri Haridas, with me. And I'm excited to have a wonderful conversation with her about all things dance and culture. So, hi Mayuri.
Hi.
Welcome to Kumkuma.
Namaskar.
And before we begin, let's take a moment to appreciate the wonderful sari that she is wearing. So, can you say something about the sari?
So this is patches of work. I mean, they are patched together, which were leftover pieces.
Correct.
And which were patched and were unloved before and are reloved now when they are patched together. So, and I love the color white.
Of course.
So, this is a very beautiful sari which has been gifted by my aunt.
Oh.
And I really adore wearing a sari.
Of course.
And, yeah, and it gives me immense pleasure, value, and strength wearing a sari, portraying my culture, tradition. In fact, dance in a sari. That
Yes.
also is, one of the things that I have done through my Kathak's journey. And that's it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, being a dancer, that's one of the advantages that we have. We get to dress up in a sari even if we are
Absolutely.
not performing.
Yeah. Even if the Western influences are quite dominant, I still feel that this is a statement.
Of
I
course,
feel.
definitely.
And it gives me, as you said, silent power or strength.
Yeah.
So that is it.
Yes. So let's start with a little bit of your journey. So how did Kathak choose Mayuri Haridas?
Yeah. So I have been saying this for a very long time that Kathak has chosen me, not that I am choosing Kathak.
Kathak.
So it started when I was 6 years old, and actually it was started in my mother's womb. Because she always wanted to be a Kathak dancer, but she couldn't pursue it. Some technical issues, so she couldn't really go for it. But after I was born, my name was Mayuri because of the neck movement I used to do while I was a child. So she decided to name me as Mayuri. And after that, when I was 6 years old, actually I wanted to start learning it around 3 or 4, but the teacher with whom I started my Kathak's journey said that you need at least 6 years, minimum age to start your journey for the development of your legs, knees. So yeah, so I started at the age of 6 years, and then we both actually, my mother and me, we started learning, and then after some 1 or 1.5 year, we had a gap. So after that, then we had rejoined Kathak classes with my guru, Srimati Roshan Dateji, and then it just started. It didn't need any, efforts.
Very
or-
organically.
Yeah, very organically, very naturally with the flow, and it didn't just stop from
Wonderful.
there. Yeah.
So I have seen your Instagram account as well, and I see that you have lot of videos with your mother.
Yes.
So what has been her role in the journey? Because I'm sure that she wanted to learn Kathak, and in a way she started learning with you. I think she also teaches with you. But I'm sure there is a different sense of not achievement, but a different feeling that she must be having when she sees you dance today or when she sees you speaking at such podcasts.
So yeah, uh, like in dance, we need body and space. The relation is exactly like that. I am the body and she is my space.
Wonderful.
She is my, whole and soul guru, mentor, my mother in every sense, to be honest. And the emotional connection that we share is actually, according to me, it's not just in Kathak, but in life. We share a very beautiful connection and we are on the same page most of the time. So we have a like mother-daughter relation, but in Kathak we have a best friend and friends in general.
Sakhi.
Yeah, just yes, absolutely. We can call it Sakhi. Yes.
Yeah.
So we have that kind of relation, and she has seen me doing Kathak since, like, not Kathak but dance since I was 2 or 3 years old. So she knows what I'm the best at and what I can do, or she just knows. She has that vision. Maybe not for everyone or not for her, but for me, yes. Like, as I said, she's the mother in every sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she is the space around me.
Wonderful.
That is giving my body to liberate myself or to expand myself, or that confidence that I have in me is just because of my parents. Not just my mother actually, but my father too, because he has given me immense support financially, emotionally. When I was in my, one period where I was not sure if I should be taking my career in Kathak or, taking it professionally. So he was totally saying, you just go for your passion.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. And I can feel that because I was not financially independent that much, and my parents were not that much understanding, or, not in that zone only. Because I don't come from a artist family. So they don't have that understanding or, wisdom about those things. So he said, now that I can see your journey, I get that confidence in you that you can totally go for it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to stop. I don't want you to just, question your journey, or question about your financial status, or what
Goals,
people will think, and what other our relatives or any other person who are very close to us what will they think, or you don't have to think about that. Just go for it. And he used to say one specific statement, kya bada to dam bada. So there are going to be ups and downs, but what you have to decide right now is that you should not stop anywhere.
Correct.
Like, just maybe you can take a pause, but not stop.
Not stop.
You can take a pause and rebound, but you just cannot stop doing your passion.
Yeah, I think this is so important, especially for artists. Like, when you start, where there is a period where you are a practitioner and then you want to become an artist. Like, you have that goal of reaching that stage. And in that phase, you really need someone who sees that in you when you are not able to see it yourself.
Absolutely. And there has been such time where they are saying me, no, you are more than this. You are more than what you think you are. And it's like, we can see it. You won't be seeing it now. But in coming years, you're absolutely going to not regret what you have done or what you have chosen.
True. So I think just for our viewers, this is also called as the Michelangelo effect, So they say that Michelangelo was the sculptor who carved David. David is a huge sculpture. And lot of sculptors apparently tried to carve David, but they were not able to because of the sheer volume of it. But Michelangelo did it. And when he was asked that, what did you do different? So he said, I didn't see the stone. I only saw David. I just removed the stone.
Absolutely.
So, so it's like basically you need people around you who can see that in you. So I can totally understand and relate. And it's wonderful to have parents. It's a blessing to have, parents and people who support you. So now let's come to your training, because I'm sure that sadhana is a very integral part. I mean, it's a tapasya, it's a sadhana of, of dance. So if you can just take us through how you practice. Is there a mental element to your practice? Like, do you use visualization techniques, or like, I'm sure there must be a physical element where you are spending hours, practicing movements. But as you progress, I'm sure there's a lot that goes on in your mind also to mentally prepare to go into that space.
Right. So, as my guru used to say, that there should be one standard warm-up. So,
Yes.
generally when we start with our riyaz or practice, we start with the tatkar, where your feet is getting warmed up and it's going up, like from the down towards your upper body. So that is the standard I still follow. And I right now go with my intuitions. My intuitions are extremely powerful, I say, because whatever I am feeling right now, maybe I'm choreographing anything or choosing a certain piece to do right now, or do for the riyaz, or anything for that matter. I just go with my intuitions. Whatever I'm feeling right now is what I'm feeling right now.
Yes.
And I believe that. And that's why I see that I pursue art that way. So I don't call myself an artist, because art is magical.
Yes.
And artist creates that magic. So I'm just a medium.
Correct. Yes, of course.
I am just a body which that, aura or that energy just comes through me. Or that art just comes through me.
Yes.
And that is why I go with my intuitions, not my brain.
Correct.
What my heart is saying is what I need to put up.
Correct.
I don't think that any kind of, maybe my mom says this, that you should do this, do that. I do that. But then I come to me. What I want to do.
Yes.
It's more like, as I said, that Kathak is asking me to do that right now through me, or that I'm just a body, I'm just a medium through which it is going to come up. So that is why I go with my intuitions most of the time.
Yeah.
So that's my basic standard riyaz wala thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Whatever experience I have had, I think at this stage, of course, I mean, it can change, it's ever evolving.
Absolutely.
I feel that training is all about silencing the mind and listening to the intuition.
Absolutely.
And it's more about not doing a particular thing which you're so conditioned, to do. And then sort of just giving in to that signal which you are getting from somewhere.
Yeah.
Which you can't really point out from where, but it's there. Like, you're aware it's there.
Yeah. So I think that most of the times we start with the tal. And then end up with a very, your body needs to just warm up first, and then needs to cool down.
Correct.
So that is the reason why I do first tatkar, then it's just comes up, and then it's in Kathak we have the energy contained in us.
Yes.
Contained in us. So we are mostly not throwing the energy outwards. It's all inside, and when the sum comes, it's outside.
Yes.
That is the whole circle, which I believe in. That like Kathak is wholesome. Kathak for me is a circle. So when the circle is completing, I need to be inside, the energy should be inside me. And when it is about to complete the circle, you are giving the sum. Like it is completing the whole circle and just the energy is out that time. So that is the thing for me, because I feel that in dance, as we know that there is nritta and nritya, I would say it is mostly lasya and tandav, because in Kathak, when we do a tal or a paran, for an instance, we mostly do it with all our torso movements, with all bendings, like going with the whole body for that movement, for a maybe particular movement. Just doing like this, my whole torso, my neck, my eyes, everything is just going with that. My whole body is going with that one movement.
Yes.
So in that thing, I feel it's all lasya, and when it is about to complete the circle, it's tandav. So Ardhanarinateshwara, like the Shiva and the Shakti, is both, going with that circle.
Yeah, you're living that principle.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't feel that they both are not together.
Yeah.
It gives me chills.
Of course,
but
I mean,
they are just not, separated for me. They are just, maybe right now it's going like tandav, lasya, like it is just like, one thread we are woving, maybe. So, yeah. That's it.
So you mentioned Paran. So, and there is one video on your Instagram that I really like, which is the Dal Badal Paran. So if you can just recite that for our viewers.
So, while learning Kathak, while pursuing Kathak, I thought that subconsciously I know what I'm doing. I mean, I know what I'm doing in the sense that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And when consciously, when I look at it, practically, or not practically, sorry, theoretically, or just understanding that bandish or the whole piece, or the emotion of the piece, or the texture of that piece, I just see that consciously we need to know what we are doing. Subconsciously, we already know it. But conscious decision, as we say, is actually needed at some point in your journey.
Yeah.
Where whatever you are doing, you should know what you are doing.
Correct.
Know in the sense,
putting a label.
Yeah, I'm doing like this or this movement, then I know what is this called. But at that moment, I'm not saying ki Niyata, I'm doing this current.
Correct.
I'm doing this movement, or this particular thing has a name. I'm not using the name, I'm doing the movement. But when it comes to a point in your journey where whatever you're doing is in a slow pace, where you are questioning ki what is this? What I'm doing?
Yeah.
You come at that point, at some point in your life, and when you are like, I
in
do
life
this every
also.
day. Yeah, exactly. So when you are doing it for your whole life, this movement, for an instance. And I question at some day while doing my riyaz, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
What is this called? I question these kind of things or points in my which comes in my mind. And then consciously I need to know.
Yeah.
Why was this created? What was the thought behind this creation? So, while going through such bandish, I went through those bowls, like nagana dhetta dhet tagin nadada kid dhet 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 dhadanna kid. So, I went through those bowls and I just realized that this is Dal Badal Paran. This is called Dal Badal Paran. And I've seen many people, many big artists performing on this and of course quoting it as a Dal Badal Paran. But I never, myself thought of it, like a single thought came into my mind, that's it. But I never went for it or go through it. So whenever I go through some things, I realize a lot of things, as I said, consciously.
Yeah.
In different way. in many ways, not just different, in many ways. खूप पैलू येतात त्याला. So then I decided ki let's just tell people that whatever we are doing, that these bowls were not taught us as Dal Badal Paran. Because whatever I am doing while, reciting those bowls are not, like practically, they are not, I'm not showing Dal Badal Paran. Those are Paran-like movements, very aesthetic and very beautiful. Those are absolutely the hats off to my Guru Ma, Guru Pandita Rohini Bhatte. But I never thought of them as Dal Badal Paran or the whole composition as Dal Badal Paran.
Yes.
So I heard about it by many people again, but whenever you go through it, you understand it very differently every time. I mean. So I went for it and I said ki this should be actually put up, It's people say that Kathak is a little, dicey when it comes to Shastra. So I said ki no, let's just do that. I've read about it in many books and let's just put up there, and I should be reciting it, not that I should be performing it. Let the other artist or Kathak dancers or any dancer, to be honest, any classical dancer go for that reciting part. And I love reciting a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I am not exposed to the technicalities of Kathak. But when I saw that video, all I could see was that, I really feel like the clouds are there in the sky and there is a lightning, and that essence is captured in these bowls.
Yeah.
So that was it for me, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I was not thinking so much, but now that you explain the thought, it does make sense.
That's what my intention is.
Yes.
So my intention is, clear. Yeah. So many actually other things which I post on Instagram are sometimes not very, choreographed. Yeah, choreographed before. I just go for it impromptu because it's very important right now to be active on social media. I feel.
Yeah.
I understand that most of the people, whenever they take videos, they don't wear ghungroos, and I just feel they only do only perform or only choreograph the whole piece just to take a video. So mostly I prefer, whenever my riyaz is done and I need to cool down, I need to create something. So my standard riyaz system is that I do my basic riyaz, which has been taught by my guru, and whatever I've learned till now, which is a very vast portion, by the way. So I can't do it in one day, of course not.
Yeah.
So whatever I've learned before, I do that, and then at the end, I should put something from my side. Anything. Like you create a bandish, you choreograph that bandish, and at that point, as I said, I listen to my heart. So whatever my bandish is, the emotion could be different.
Yeah, depending on that day.
While choreographing.
Yeah.
I mean, the bandish could be very simple or, just like any other Kathak, compositions. But the choreography's emotion or expression is always different on each and every day.
Yeah.
So I choreograph accordingly.
Yes.
So it's not just one technical movements, but it has different expressions and elements connected to it.
Yeah. So I think that was a lot of Kathak.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful, delving deeper into it. So now let's do one thing. Let's take Kathak to our daily life. So let's take dance in our daily lives. And you are a teacher yourself. You're also an entrepreneur, like just young entrepreneur, recent entrepreneur.
I would call that now, but yeah, I'm manifesting it in coming years.
Good. So what are the benefits of dance education, or like what sort of skills do you think we subconsciously pick up as dancers through our training? which become useful in our daily lives, again very subconsciously.
Okay. So I feel that whatever I have learned, and whatever obstacles I have been through, are my points where I know those are my points where I was not doing it rightly, or those were my not obstacles, but I was not doing it rightly. But no one, no one was there to tell me or correct me in such a way that I had to go through or experience it and then know it by myself that, yeah, I need to do this to get this, to attend this. So I know that in my mind, ki whatever the journey has been, so it is about all experiences and explorations. So when I teach to my students, I tell them not to imitate me, first thing. Because whatever is looking good for my body is not going to look good for your body. Not always.
Yeah.
Most of the time, yes, but not always. So whatever I am doing is not supposed to be imitated by you.
Correct. I think, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut
Absolutely,
you here.
no.
But this is so important, especially in the age of social media, where even non-dancers, we are just following trends blindly. We are following advice blindly.
Choreographies blindly.
Yeah, I mean, not just in dance. I mean, even if you see people in general, they are just hopping on to trends, trying to imitate people. And I think somewhere that whole aspect of looking within, what is it that I am here to offer, is entirely missing. So I think that somewhere this whole process of finding your voice through dance also helps you in life to, sort of see what you can do differently. Like for me, I'm always thinking, acha, okay, 10 people are doing it this way, what I can do differently. So that just happens. You just have to do it differently. I mean, you can't be any other way.
Yeah. So in today's generation or in today's times, there is one thing that to be identified as a person or as an artist, you need to be different.
Yeah.
But according to me, right now I'm feeling that way. Maybe I could feel that way next time or next in coming years, next time in coming years. But it's like that whatever I'm feeling right now is that I don't need to, do differently, have change in my compositions or the way I'm doing or the way I'm choreographing certain things. It's just whatever I am thinking, whatever I am feeling, whatever my emotions are, giving me the, senses or telling me that, no, I want to do this. As I said, I hear things a lot from here. So I feel that I don't need to be identified as a different or an artist.
I want to be,
I just want to believe what is in here.
Yeah, and just be that.
Yeah, I don't really not care, but I don't really bother about people's opinion or people in general what they are doing right now.
Yeah.
And that is actually, in a way, I'm doing differently.
Yeah,
because you understand?
Yeah. Because, I mean, honestly, from whatever conversations that I have with my friends, even outside dance, one problem that everyone is facing is people-pleasing tendencies.
Absolutely.
And I think it's very difficult, to not, pay attention because there's so many voices, right? But I guess it's worth it, to just mute all those voices and listen to what's happening within.
You get that unsaid strength in yourself. A sense of, I don't know this, how to quote this, but I think that there is the need right now to be, out there and put up yourself there.
Yeah.
And my journey has always been organic in many ways. So whenever I try to, take efforts, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Feels
when
very
it comes,
unnatural. Yeah.
no, I don't feel it unnatural, but as you said, people pleasing is a big thing right now. So at such a point in my life, I feel that it is very true that what other person is going to, comment on your choreography or whatever you are doing right now, something new with whatever you are doing right now, is not necessary that it is, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So whatever I am believing in, whatever I'm doing or composing, that shouldn't be wrong for me or correct for me. It's grayish. The palette is very grayish. There's no black and white right now.
And you're growing, like you're learning.
Yeah. That's the thing. So an artist actually is someone who just goes
with the flow.
through this kind of connection. So whatever I'm feeling right now, I just need to believe that.
Yeah. So
that's
important.
it. That's the statement. That's the quote I want to tell it right now from my side. That whatever you are doing, just believe that. You don't have to think what other people are going to, think about this, or are they going to understand whatever I'm feeling right now, or whatever my choreography is, choreographed in a way. They should understand the intention or motive behind that, and they should not misjudge me, or there is no need of that. I feel I am convinced with my policies when it comes to choreographing a composition or anything, a concept or an idea. I just need to be convinced by myself.
Yeah. I think so true. I mean, even for starting this podcast, what took me so long was that I was thinking, oh, how many people are going to watch it? Who is going to come and talk? Do people really care about
I'll
this?
watch every video.
Thank you. And then there comes a point where you're like, nothing matters. Like, again, and again, I feel that, as you rightly said, this signal, this idea also comes from a higher source. Like, it's not you who is like,
Exactly.
formulating it.
Exactly.
So now I'm at a stage where I'm like, okay, if this is the cue that has been given to me, I'm going to do it. Now let's see where it takes me. So now let's talk about the larger cultural significance of Kathak in our country. We all talk so much about soft power and Indian heritage, Indian culture. How do you look at Kathak as far as our, larger national heritage is concerned?
Yeah. So, to be honest, now in this contemporary times, we have experienced all the modern things. So when an artist or a freelancer photographer, videographer, any other person just goes for the mandir aesthetic and monuments and everything which is not seen anymore.
Yeah, which is not cool. Yeah.
Not cool. I mean, I feel that even with me, I mean, I love performing in a mandir.
Why? Can you tell? Like, what is so special about it?
Because the thing is that I don't need to have a repertoire. I don't need to have a structure, whatever I'm performing today. I can put myself in a way that I have never experienced it by myself. I can't tell you what I feel while actually being there in mandir and performing any kind of piece, be it with 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Nritya seva, as we say.
Yes.
So it just comes from the higher level in you, and you just perform. And you don't think about the other things like I need to be dressed like this, or I went wrong here, now what will happen?
Where is the light?
Yeah, where is the light? Yeah, where do I have to see?
Yeah.
Whatever I'm doing is liked by the other person or no? Or whatever I'm doing technically is correct or no? You are just being yourself.
Correct.
Raw.
Absolutely.
rawness. You know, that rawness is so important right now. That everyone is so, you know, it's wholesome. Yeah, it is wholesome. But you also need to be raw at some point.
Yes. That's
बहुत
the
ज़्यादा,
vulnerability.
yeah, eating a lot of masala and masala dish, at the end you just need salad. Is
Varan
what I
bhat.
want to. Varan bhat, sajuk toop, meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rawness of varan bhat. Not even tadka wala, amti nahi. Varan
Varan
bhat.
bhat. Yeah. Yeah.
So
True.
that rawness is just in front of him.
Yeah.
And it's not even me performing, it's I'm adoring him.
Yeah.
I'm adoring everything that he is through my body movements, through my emotions, through my expressions.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I've never seen my Guruma with Guru Pandita Rohini Bhateji. I've never experienced, felt her aura, her energy. But whenever I do her compositions, I can't tell you it in words. I can't put construct it in words. But the feeling is something else. I mean,
Yeah.
I could literally feel her energy, her aura through my every senses, through my every body part, and I just start sobbing
Yeah.
while performing. And there are many videos where my makeup has been like smudged because I'm literally sobbing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just something else.
Yeah.
You just need to feel it. You just need to experience it. And when you start experiencing it, you just can't stop.
Yeah.
You just can't stop experiencing it. I mean,
True.
whenever I do a single bandish, and I'm never done with that. I'm never enough with that bandish.
Yeah. You just want more.
I just can't stop the different aspects of it every time I do that and experience that. I just want to feel it again and again and again. I'm never enough. My stomach is never full. Whenever I am, doing a certain piece or any other composition of my Guruma or my Guru, it's just I'm, taking that responsibility which they have passed me and, putting it through me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not exactly the way it was taught or, but the essence is never gone.
Yes.
The essence is never gone, and the essence should never be vanished.
Correct.
Until the end of your journey.
True.
I mean, tradition and roots should be strong and all that is fine, but the essence, that is what is, going to tell that this is Mayuri Haridas, this is Mrunmayee Chitale.
True.
That is
Yeah,
what
I think there is very little that one can say after, you mentioned this. So, anything that you would like to share, not with Kathak dancers particularly, but let's just say our viewers about womanhood and culture.
Okay. So, I feel that a woman is much more stronger in many ways, and that strongness or that strength of her is given by that spiritual energy, which is again, I would say, valuing herself, through valuing herself, and going through all of that makes her even more stronger. Like, she could feel that she is, weak or maybe emotional.
Yeah.
But that emotional part or sensitive part is the strongest of all. I mean, for all the senses. For all our senses, 6 senses, as we say, not just 5 senses, but the woman we call the 6 senses. the intensity of a woman to experience those senses is just ultimate strength or the strongness we experience.
True.
And when it comes to culture, I think everything that a woman is bearing on her, in a way, it is reciprocating in many senses. Like if I am wearing a sari, that sari is also, on me.
Embracing you, yeah.
So it is reciprocating with each other, and that is the womanhood. I would like to say that those are the culture that a womanhood, embraces or imbibes in her.
Yes. So we are at the concluding part of the podcast. It was wonderful talking with you as usual. And I think everyone, irrespective of whether they are pursuing any art or not, I think life in itself is an art. I mean,
Absolutely.
Natya Shastra starts by saying that the world is a stage. So I think, I hope that our viewers just look within, even if it's for 5 seconds,
Absolutely.
and see what it is that is guiding them internally. So thank you so much. So we have an interesting activity since Mayuri is our first guest. So she's of course first are very special.
I'm nervous now.
No pressure. I mean, it's
okay,
been absolutely wonderful. So what we are doing through Kumkuma is we are building a community of women who are working in culture. So we have an activity wherein every guest who comes here will write a handwritten anonymous note to some future guest. Okay?
Okay.
So this future guest, of course, is going to be a woman and is going to be someone who is associated with culture, Indian culture.
Okay.
So you have to write her a handwritten note.
Okay.
So this is the paper that we have. So you have to write a note to her.
Okay.
And since you are the first guest, we are giving it to you.
Oh,
And
great.
what we plan to do is, so these notes will be anonymous. So every guest who comes, like the third and fourth guest, will pick up one random note from this box and read it out loud in front of the camera.
Okay.
So you never know who is giving it to whom, but we all are connected through Kumkuma.
Right.
Okay. So this is for you.
Thank you so much.
And please write a message.
Yeah.
And it has to be anonymous.
Okay. Whatever I'm feeling inside.
Yes, yes. Just
From my
follow
within.
follow your heart.